Once upon a time, there was a little teddy bear whose name was Henry. He often stayed up late and watched the moon come out in the night sky. Sometimes the moon was big and full, and at other times there was no moon to be seen at all. And sometimes he watched the stars come out, as one by one they would twinkle and shine in the deep, dark sky. And then sometimes there would be no stars at all, just dark, dark clouds that he knew would just look like giant pillows in the morning. One night, Henry lay in bed, just thinking about the moon and the stars and the fact that he was so wide awake, and he didn't know how he would ever get to sleep. And no sooner had he had that thought than he decided to ask the moon how he could get to sleep now. The moon was listening in the deep, dark sky and said, "Well, now that's an interesting question, and one that many teddy bears have asked me over the years." Henry listened as the moon told him a story about a little girl whose name was Daisy. Daisy, said the moon, didn't like to go to bed. Her mummy was tired, and her daddy was tired, and all the toys and the teddies wanted to go to sleep. But Daisy would cry and cry, making sure that the whole house was wide awake but so very sleepy at the same time. "What happened next?" asked Henry. "Well," said the moon, "one day Daisy listened to a story about a teddy bear called Henry who liked to stay up late. Henry had asked the moon how he could go to sleep quickly and easily. "Just like me," said Henry. "Yes," said the moon, "exactly like you." "And what happened next?" asked Henry. Well, Daisy listened as the moon told Henry about a little boy named Elliot who always liked a cup of warm cocoa or milk before bedtime, and that warm drink often made Elliot really sleepy. Daisy decided that she would like a warm drink before bedtime, and that would help her to sleep very easily now. "That's a good idea," said Henry. "I think I would like a warm drink too." So, before he got into bed the following night, Henry asked his mummy to make him a nice warm drink. Henry's mummy made him a lovely cup of cocoa, which was a little bit chocolatey and a little bit milky. And when he sipped it, the froth tickled his nose and his tummy felt nice and warm on the inside. It was a good and happy feeling, and he remembered other times when he had felt nice and cosy in the past. And as he lay looking at the moon and the stars, he started to feel a little sleepier than the night before. Henry spoke to the moon once again. I am starting to feel more tired, more and more sleepy. But what else did Daisy learn about going to sleep? Asked Henry. Well, said the moon, Daisy was a very clever girl. She knew that if she wanted to have lots of energy and fun the next day, then she would need to go to sleep on time. And do you know what she learned to do? Henry listened very carefully as the moon told him a secret. Daisy closed her eyes and thought about her toes. What else? Asked Henry. She counted her toes down from 10. How did she do that? Asked Henry, who decided that he would like to count his toes down from 10 too. Well, said the moon, it went like this. 10. Thinking of warm and cosy toes. 9. Wondering which toe is feeling so nice and warm. 8. How cosy and nice to be curled up in bed. 7. Little toes wanting to go to sleep. 6. Noticing how soft and comfortable those toes can feel now. 5. Toasty toes, learning to relax. 4. More toes feeling very sleepy. 3. Toes very quiet and still. 2. Can be peaceful and calm. 1. Deeper into sleep. And Daisy could tell which toe was already fast asleep. And once she knew which toe was asleep, she could then think about her fingers, and she could just let her fingers feel soft and warm and curl up cosily just like her toes, until she knew which one of her fingers was really fast asleep. That was a very sleepy finger indeed. And how did she count her fingers? Asked Henry. Well, the moon said, it went like this. 10. Thinking of warm and cosy fingers. 9. Wondering Which little finger is feeling so nice and warm? 8. Cozy and comfortable. It's so nice to sleep. 7. Little fingers wanting to go to sleep. 6. Just noticing what those fingers feel like, how comfortable they can be. 5 fingers learning to relax. 4 more fingers feeling very sleepy. 3 fingers very quiet and still. 2 can be peaceful and calm. 1 deeper into sleep. Henry the teddy bear counted his toes and counted his fingers and felt soft and warm, cuddly and safe. "It's a nice feeling," said Henry, "when your fingers and toes start to drift off to sleep." "Yes," said the moon, "and drifting off to sleep is the same as when a cloud drifts by, just floating by softly. And you can watch clouds float by with your eyes closed, because when you close your eyes, your dream eyes can open up." "What does that mean?" asked Henry. Well, Daisy knew that when she closed her eyes, she could dream the most exciting adventures. "That sounds like fun," said Henry. "Yes, it is," replied the moon, "but you can only do it when you close your eyes." "And what else do you have to do?" asked Henry. "Well," said the moon, "you need to imagine what you would look like if you were sound asleep or pretending to be sound asleep." "I can do that," said Henry, and he made sure that his eyes were softly shut. "Now," said the moon, "you need to breathe nice and slowly, in and out, in and out, nice and slow. And maybe you've seen what the sea looks like when you go on holiday. How the waves trickle onto the sand just a little bit, and then they run away back to the sea, in and out, just like that. Henry thought about the seaside, and he thought about buckets and spades. He thought about making sandcastles and how the warm sand felt between his toes. He remembered the seagulls who would swoop low and look for fish, and what the sea sounded like as it rolled onto the beach and tried to tickle his toes. He thought about what ice cream tasted like on his tongue, so cold and sweet, and fair rides going up and down or round and round, and just how nice it was to enjoy all those lovely things. And then, in no time at all, Henry was fast asleep. And the most wonderful thing about falling into sleep is that you can enjoy all sorts of amazing things. When Daisy had a dream, she dreamed that she was a princess who lived in a land above the clouds, in a big, big castle. Her dress was made of gold and silver threads, which were spun by fairies on a summer's day. When Henry had a dream, he imagined he was riding an elephant in a far distant land. And there were trees and lots of long grass, and the sun shone very brightly in the sky. And I know that you can dream about something nice now, can't you?